What's good, y'all? You dub back here again in 2020. Jeez, man. The year's moving quite along in March. Man, it's already the middle of the month, just like February. Let's get this. I hope everybody's doing well and feeling well. Y'all see the title 10 Problems in Code Geass. Now, for years, I kept hearing people rave about this series and they kept trying to get me on it. Wonder, different people mention it. And I was watching Dom 2K, and his folk talking about Code Geass on a couple of their podcasts. I was like, all right, let me go ahead and check this thing out here. Let me say, it's a really good series. I liked it a lot. Really liked it. It should have been an all time great series. Should have been. I really liked before I get into the 10 problems of oh my gosh, just so many problems with Code Geass. And you just like y'all dropped the ball. Y'all set it up. It's like Casey at the back. You set up the swing. A swing and a miss. A swing or a foul. A swing and a miss. With a couple singles up in there, maybe a double. And you're just like, bro, what happened, man? Who was writing this? Whose mans was writing this anime? Like the direct. Oh, but anyways, I really like Lelouch v Britannia. Lelouch's intellect. I really like that. I really did like the characterization of a lot of the characters. I really liked that they incorporated a lot of the aspects and elements that we like about anime. The Gundam-esque mecha type things. The progression and evolution of the tech, warfare done pretty well overall. I got to say that. Um, they incorporated a mental aspect. It wasn't just this physical aspect to it. Um, there was definitely plot progression each episode. You know, even if it was like 4 minutes of plot progression, there was always plot progression. There wasn't filler. Um, there was a lot of aspects that they delved into. But man, oh man, I see why some people have issues with the series. A lot of people rocks with the series, but if you haven't seen the series in a while, I would suggest going back and watching it because after hearing all these issues I have, you might agree with me on this one. Some of y'all might disagree, and you kind of can overlook these. Again, it's very enjoyable. Like I really like the series. I pretty much marathon through it. There's a few episodes that were to get through, but there's a lot that left you just hooked and like, whoa. So I gotta, went to the next one. But man, I cannot. By the end of the series, I cannot ignore. And no spoilers if you've never seen it, but man, I cannot ignore how it ended. First of all, wild plot twist. Now, I don't want to spoil too much. Zero Requiem plan. So much had to go right for that to work. Lelouch and his wild ass long game plans. Feels like Trafalgar D. Waterlaw, the Surgeon of Death, in One Piece. These wild, extensive plans. No wonder the Black Rebellion, you could say it would have won. Like, dog, his plans are so wild that you just like, how the hell did he know some of this stuff? We just got to go like, okay, he's a next level genius intellect. But this is the problem I have like characters like Yagami Light, bro, and L. You just sit and you're like, Al, at least you're like, all right, he could be a grown man or he trained like that. Batman, Bruce Wayne, Lex Luthor. You got Reed Richards. Some of these dudes are grown ass men. You like, all right. Lelouch is what, like 16, 17, bro? Like, dog. Nani? How? How is he coming? Like, how does he know half of this stuff about the infrastructure of the cities and whatever? And then there's certain characters. Oh my gosh, bro! There's certain potential deaths, and then brought back to life, and then jump into the future is explained, but you just sitting there like, how does certain characters get out of certain situations? Oh my goodness! And then you find out a body hit the floor because this character did this and this character. It's all over the place at times. It's not terribly done. Like it doesn't derail. It doesn't go completely off the rails. But at times you're like, it there's only so much suspension of belief. So that's a minor problem, but it is still a flaw in the series. Point number two: unnecessary deaths. Again, don't want to spoil, but Shirley twice? Because she's supposed to die the first time. Let's be honest, she was supposed to die. Shirley twice. Uh, not how many ones do I want to get into? I mean, just the amount of casualties with some of these attacks and events, the massacre with Euphemia, the whole Euphemia death was just like, bro, as a trigger, as a you just like, what? Like this ain't even realistic, fam. I know that it for the story it wanted, but it didn't even leave a lasting impact. The oh my gosh, the characters who all died for no, you just sitting here like, bro. V2 made sense, but at the same time, he wasn't even fully built. So I'm glad he died, but you just sitting like, bro, like y'all introduced characters just to have him killed off. It wasn't as bad as Akami got killed. Let me just put it that way. Like I said, I don't want to get too much in the spoiler territory, but if you saw this series, like half of them deaths should never happen. The flare weapon, like, bro, was that necessary? Nah, fam, you can't say that was necessary. Come on now, come on now. Suzaku killing his pops. Come on now, bro. What? Out of here, bro. Out of here, bro. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Some of the knights of the round being killed. Really? Really? Come on, brother. Come on now. Like, what are we really doing? But let's keep it moving. Point number three: plot device galore. Certain deaths, surely, plot device. Rolo was actually handled well. Um, Before the second season, before like episode 25, going that whole white mind wipe by Charles, the multiple mind wipe. His Geass was pure plot device. Um, um, Lelouch's mom plot device. Like you just look into it like uh, the pink haired chick. She was all plot device. Like dog. Like what are we doing here? The Democles plot device. Like, oh my gosh, it's plot device galore. Like, once again, the suspension of disbelief only goes so far to the point of like, bro, this wouldn't even happen, fam. Like, certain people sacrifice themselves while being there at the right time for Lelouch to still keep living. Lelouch should have been dead like 20 times over. You can say, well, that happens a lot with characters. Bruh. Lelouch is a regular. Like it was shown that this dude wasn't like Suzaku. This dude wasn't trained. This dude had no crazy ability. He had a crazy mind, but physically he wasn't like that. Like, come on, bro. Also, how the hell was Lelouch so good at piloting these different devices? Oh, and he got the just so happened to get a phenomenal nightmare. How? That was, as far as I know, that was never explained. Just plot devices galore. That nightmare stayed his ass. I don't know how many times. I don't know how many times. Oh man. Number four, the mishandling of characters. Now remember I said there was great characterization? Nina mishandled. Lelouch half the time he was mishandled. Oh my goodness, bro. Like you just sitting here like Shirley mishandled. Revolves mishandled. Uh President, she was pretty good. Suzaku was mishandled. Nonali by the end of the series mishandled. Ogi mishandled. Let's see. Charles and his Lelouch's mom mishandled. Let's see. V2 mishandled. Like, do I need to continue? Rolo is actually handled pretty well. I'm trying to think of some of the more prominent mishandlings of the characters. Let's see. No, he was actually pretty good. The dude who had the ability to read minds. He was pretty handled pretty well. He was actually pretty good. Um, it, there's probably more characters, but you get my point. And what do I mean by mishandled? Like, dog, they had a path to which they wanted to go with these characters, and then all of a sudden derail just for the sake of the plot, for the sake of suspense, for the shock factor to progress the plot. You just like, bro, what are you doing? Y'all established the characters to be this way, and then all of a sudden y'all try to change up on us really quickly, and did not follow through with the change up. It did not work. It did not work. Number 5, the misusage of Geass. Should we have had more? Probably, since y'all were going to introduce. Uh, it was a cool battle between Bismarck and Suzaku, but I've only used it like twice, bro. Bro, we saw what 4 Geasses, I think, in the series. Why? Why only 4? I think it was Charles Luge, uh, Bismarck. Oh no, 5. Rolo 2. Wait. Rolo kills a bunch of kids with Geass. Bro, we get no real explanation on how Geass the consciousness. Some people just get it, and some people are just gifted it. Somehow there's this whole world and immortality. The whole concept was going somewhere, and they just scrapped that for the sake of the plot. And that's where a lot of this is. Just the sake of the plot. We're going to use concepts when they're convenient. Geass was only a convenient power, because you just sitting here like, bro, Lelouch and them, like, if you got a power like that, I get you can't do it multiple times in the case of his. And I get that they were trying to do drawbacks. But did we ever see a drawback with we never saw a drawback with Bismarck's. Rolo's had ish a drawback. Charles, did we ever get a drawback? No, I don't think we ever got a drawback from Charles and Geass. Though the Geass rules, like, it's just the whole thing. It had good points, but the execution at times was piss poor. Period. Coming in at number 6, introducing philosophies and doing nothing with them. By the last episodes, think was it 24? I mean, Suzaku versus Colin. You had a lot of characters going with their Shinzi, the Chinese dude, the Chinese general dude. He was cool. There's a lot of characters who had differing philosophies, and then Lelouch, he had like 6, 7. Like, he would ask philosophical questions. Questions would get asked to him. Him and Schneisel. Nothing ever came of almost any of these philosophies. They just like, let's just ask questions and do nothing. No themes, no plot points to almost any of these questions. And as soon as Lelouch is like, all right, I get my philosophy gets challenged. Let me wear a mask and lie and then change up my whole game. Lelouch changed up like 5 times in the series. What philosophy was he about? And then he had contradictory, like, he would say one thing and then he would contradict another with his actions. You can say, well, that was his character. They sure enough didn't flash it out well enough. Not only she changed up the whole Democles thing was a change up. And I'm like, bro, how? Nina changed up midstream. Most of the characters, Colin was back and forth like a ping pong ball, bro. I was just saying, like, bro, what are y'all doing? Shirley was just a confused character, so I was fine with that. Rolo was consistent, so I was fine with that. The dude who had the mind read, he was consistent. C2 was explained. But some of these other ones were just like, bro, what is going on? Y'all are introducing some philosophical concepts and not doing anything with them. It was sad. Coming in number 7, no clear allegiances. Do I have to get to the point of how many times folks flip-flop or for the sake of a plan? Oh, we can't trust this guy anymore, so we're just gonna flip-flop allegiances? Dude. And then people y'all were just fighting to the death, now y'all cool with, and y'all can fight together. What in the hell? Come on, dog. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Oh, y'all can fight for a masked man, but you can't fight for Lelouch. Oh, what was it? Kaguya. Kaguya. That chick there was loving Lelouch, and then all of a sudden, I mean, she was loving Zero. Kind of like Flambe in One Piece with Katakuri. Then all of a sudden, as soon as she learns Lelouch, ho ho ho, she gonna change up like that, bro. Oh, that was my husband. Like, you love the idea. Get your old immature ass out of here. Just oh my gosh. Issues. Number 8. Too many young savants. Lelouch, Schneider. We don't even know how old Schneider is. Um, says Sasuke. Why can't I think of my man's name? Lelouch's best friend. All right, hit him. Uh, Rolo. Like, you could say mind reading dude. Just a lot of cats. Like pink hair. She was one of the 12. You know, Tristan, the dude with Tristan, Gino, him. Man, there were so many young savants in different ways. You just like, bro, how is it believable that all? And they were the ones mainly running like the show. At least they had the gag character dude that was part of the Black Knights, with the headband. You know, who was always gunning for position and whatnot, but he would always get that work. Ogi wasn't over the top. You know, he pretty much was sitting on the sidelines by the end of the series. But a lot of these cats, you just like, bro, they better than. And where were all the veterans? Where were the veteran cats? No, no, let's just throw all these youngsters on the front line. Let's give them all this tech. Nina with her like she was the T'Challa's sister in Black Panther. Like, you just like, come on now, dog. Really? This is what we doing out here? But let's move on and not make this video too long. Coming in number 9. There was no clear direction for the plot. Let's be honest, bro. They shifted the plot's direction like 6 times. You can say, well, they had overarching plot lines, plot threads. You could tell by the end of the series, they were just trying to figure out a way to wrap this series up. The problem is, and I since I was like, episode 25, the first, you could say the first season, right? You just sit back and you just say, like, they still in Japan. Like, and then you get to season 2, episode 1, episode 26, you just like, but they lost though. And then you know, the whole thing with the first interaction with Charles and Lelouch, you just like, isn't this kind of premature? That's what we doing? And then the whole thing with Rolo and Nonali, really? This what? And then Nonali's the viceroy, and you're like, now I ain't gonna lie, the whole Chinese Federation, and it made sense, but they made it so easy to consolidate all the power in the world. You just like, bro, this is not how this happens. Like, what are y'all? What? None of this. Not how any of this happens. You're just like, hey, dog, y'all kept switching directions, and then y'all switch away from the Geass, and then somehow he's able to fully control his Geass because of the work. Just things not explained. Some stuff you just get to say, you're like, all right, I guess this is a thing now. C2 lost the memories, then she regained them. You just like, bro, what are y'all doing? Where are y'all going with this? So by the end of it, you get this world peace situation and all the sacrifices, and we're just gonna forgive everybody. People were control. We're just gonna forget people. You're just sitting here like, bro, no, this is not realistic. No, sorry. I get what they were trying to do. I'd love a follow up series, and if there is one, let me know, because I want to know how the fuck did things like. There's no way peace could have been achieved like that. Like, could have been sustained. There is no way in hell. Plus, that world was too warful. Yeah, if that's a word. There was just too war filled for that thing to be maintained for long. And last but certainly not least, no definitive setting. Yeah, I know we had Ashbury Academy. Did we ever really get anything of the tone of the setting? Not too much. How did Lelouch know so much about the different ghettos and different stuff in the city? You said, well, he went out and get like, bro, he was a Britannian student. He knew how to rig the structure of the city to where things could fall, like miracle working. Like he knew how to read the layout of a city. I can understand genius level intellect, but my God, bro, like no definitive setting with Britannia. We were there for like 2 seconds. It felt like no, all these places we're hopping over places and we're getting a painted picture, but we're not getting much besides like the borders of the picture. We get no history, no lore to any of these places. You can say, well, did you really? Could you give me a sense of the differential between all these places? No, no, because we're not focused on setting. Fuck setting. Why do we care about the tone and atmosphere? It's just the actions and the characters make things happen. Why is this world at war? It just is. That was the answer we were given. And the setting would have helped spark that. Why Britannia, the economic system, these different nations? Because apparently found out that there were a bunch of nations fighting against Britannia, a third of it. The EU, we got no interaction with it. You just sitting here like, bro, what is going on? This is not how you do setting. Again, this isn't to bash this series, but my God, Code Geass could have been so much better. Hell, I wouldn't mind if it was 100 episodes to flesh out some of this shit. Since y'all went 50, you might as well. It's one thing if you have a 12 episode anime. You're not gonna get everything. You're like, cool. You get a nice contained little thing. It's almost like they wanted to keep it contained, and then like, damn, we need to speed up the plot in season 2. But then they're like, oh shit, we're not gonna get a season 3, so we need to condense this. It will the lack of direction, the overall just an entire empire, bro. That's not how this works. It's not how this works. At first, I was like, all right, maybe Lelouch and them, they're gonna win slowly. They're gonna pull a galactic rebellion, the rebels in Star Wars. Maybe they're gonna do it like that. Nope, nope. And then he formed the Black Knights, and then that wasn't successful. So all of a sudden, he becomes, just claims the throne somehow. This is one of the biggest problems. How the hell did he get to Britannia? How? This man just walk. Oh, you can say, well, wait. I thought the whole thing was broken down with the sea world and whatnot. Man, this mess hell, bro. This mess hell, bro. I tell you. Unexpected water like comments around. Tell me your thoughts. If there's any other series you want me to deconstruct and to deal with the problems, I can do that. And if I haven't watched it, we can go through that and then let me give you my thoughts on that matter. There's definitely a few series. Maybe I'll finally finish Death Note and tell you where I see the issues in Death Note. We'll see. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace.